to What We Like. We're your hosts, Cindy and Sonya.
Join us each week as we discuss the world of adulting with some ratchet recaps and fun sessions.
Could be petty because I have a petty spirit. So if my petty spirit is live and well.
And actually, it should be called associates because these are not friends.
Because I feel like it's my page.
Right.
And I should be able to post what I want to post.
I live my life unapologetically. I do. Hey Cindy.
Hey Sonya.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am good. Sunday, not ready for Monday.
I know. It just goes so fast. It seems like I just got off work Friday, and now here we are.
Oh, and I had Friday off.
You did.
Doesn't feel like it.
So, what did you do on your 3-day weekend? And wait a minute, I'm sure it was some self-care in there somewhere.
There was self-care. I got a massage on Friday, so I definitely got my self-care in. I did a little shopping, trying to get ready for the holidays. And that's about it.
So yesterday I I didn't get not one thing accomplished that I had on my list for the weekend so far. I was supposed to go take my car. That didn't happen because there was too many people and I was going to have to leave my car until like Tuesday, and I can't do that. Then I was supposed to go to a movie premiere with Vegan Bay. Wind up not doing that.
Why? What happened?
Oh my goodness. So I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, he was walking out the door and I was so tired I could not even wake up to ask, like, okay, let me get dressed. And he said I just looked done. And that's really surprising for me because I can't really get good naps, whatever, but I have been going to bed so late and getting up really early, getting like 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep this whole past week. It felt like I was just sitting on the couch and it all just came down on me. So, so I slept through the premiere, and I mean, when I say me and the puppy slept, we slept through the premiere. Then I was supposed to finish my hair, didn't finish my hair yet. It's just been a wash for me this weekend.
I get it. I was in bed by 9:30 last night.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
One of those nights.
Yeah, but I mean, every now and then, and I've learned that I have to listen to my body. And when my body says, okay, we need to shut it down, like movie premiere or hair done or all of that, be damned, I had to go with it. Like, everybody was calling, texting, everything, and I was just, I was done. I just couldn't do it anymore.
I know that feeling, and I feel a nap in my future today.
I hear you. I do too. Well, and shortly, like as soon as I get a little something to eat, then it'll be nap time. At least 30, 40 minutes. Get me back on track. It is
definitely coming. It's coming. And with that, we're going to go on into today's episode.
Okay.
And this week's episode, we're talking about the independent woman. And I know most of you guys saw the clip with Marcus Black from Love and Hip Hop talking about a man does not want a fully independent woman. So for those of you who have not heard the clip, here it is. Take a listen.
Hey man, I was thinking this morning, And I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of lip from you ladies over this, but you know, fuck it. It just gotta be said. Okay, listen. Um, no man, no real man want no woman that's 100% independent. You know it's cool to be self-sufficient. It's cool to be able to get out here and do your thing and handle your business if you need to, but all that 100% independent, I don't need no nigga for nothing type attitude. Listen, that ain't gonna get you nowhere with us, okay? Not no real man, because part of the reason we was even put on earth is to protect and provide. If you don't need me to do none of that, what you want me for? You know, leave me alone. I can go spend some time with a woman who I can help. You know, and while you at it, fuck yourself. Then eat your own pussy. And you eat yourself on the back. You so damn bad.
Okay. All right, Mr. Black. Okay, so on this week's episode, we have a guest, Roosevelt, who's going to join us, and he's going to give us his opinion on what Mr. Black had to say. Welcome, Roosevelt. Thank you for joining us this week. Can you tell us, what's your opinion? What do you have to say about what Marcus said a real man wants and does not want?
First and foremost, my opinion of him is that he's not even a man. He's a boy trying to be a man, and he'll get there someday. But he have to grow through his failures, and he's looking at it totally wrong. Every man would love to have a strong, independent woman that doesn't need for anything, but would want to have a man.
All
Meaning,
right, I feel that.
I want you, but I don't need you. I can do this for myself, but I want you to do it for me. That's what a real man would sit back and watch for. Me personally, I think he's full of himself. He hasn't had that one thing that's going to happen to him that's going to shake his world. Right now, he think he got a little change in his pocket, and if you don't want this change, then you don't want me. I know women that are stronger than him and probably kick most men in the ass, but they still want a man. So for him to sit back and say, if you don't need me to be strong and protect and provide for you, what the hell does that sound like? That is so 1950. I mean, that's way, he wasn't even born when that kind of stuff was going down. And it wasn't even going down then, because even in the 50s, the black woman was stronger, because that's what the white men let happen. They let that happen because they didn't want to see a strong black man. So we strategically let the women be the stronger. And we came up together. But as we come up, we get people like him that don't know life and it'd never be good for a wife, do those type things, say these type things. And then he got a whole bunch of followers following him saying, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. And he don't know nothing. And then, you know, I hadn't even touched on the sexual part. You know, it's not all about that. It's more to life than that. And as he get older and his health get a little weaker, he'll find out, I can't hit it from the back no more, sister. Can you help me out? I can't hit it from the back no more. Let me see. Them blue pills ain't working no more. You know, no, they ain't working no more. Now what you need her for? You need her to be the one that's strong, upright, and maybe wiping your nasty ass, because you can't do it no more. You know, where is she then? You know.
All right.
You know, at the end of the day, you have to have somebody that wants you, not needs you. And so everything he's saying to me is just so off the wall. I mean, stuff like that I can't even comprehend. I never watched that kind of stuff. I never listened to those type guys, because they don't know nothing. I mean, until you've been shitted on or have shitted on enough people where it hurts you,
Yeah.
then you don't know nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Regret. You have to feel a little regret in situations. You know you did wrong. You know, you feel a little regret. But when you're so arrogant and you so full of yourself that you don't need a woman that's independent. You don't need a woman that can take care of herself. You want a weak-ass woman so you can treat her like shit, so it'll make you feel more of a man. Anybody that has to do anything to make themselves feel better than anybody else, they're the weaker. And that's how I feel about him. No, I don't think he's a man yet. A little
Okay.
growing up. Still a little growing up. He got a lot of growing up to do. And he got a lot of pain to pay before he understands what I'm saying. He probably hear me and probably call me all kind of names. But you know,
Probably so, because you,
You know-
are definitely, you have a definitely a different perspective on it than Marcus and also a couple other guys that we've spoken with. But I must say that I do agree with your perspective, especially when you said a man wants an independent woman, or he wants that woman to not necessarily need him, but to want him to protect and provide for her. I respect that, and my line of thinking goes along that same track. What about you, Cindy?
Yeah, I agree with it. I think that, and this is just my opinion, and from some of the guys that I talked to, I thought that men would want a woman who could take care of herself and was pretty much self sufficient, but that she also wanted or needed him in her life, not necessarily for money or whatever, but that she needed him because I envision women as nurturers and men as protector and providers. And so, um, if if we can do everything for ourselves and we don't need them for anything, then what are they for? Just like if they could do the nurturing part, what would they need us for? But I'm not saying that I agree with him as far as the way he said it. I think he was if he took the arrogance out because he was very arrogant. Like, so what do you need me for? And you can do your own stuff or whatever. I think that's the immaturity talking. I think he was kind of saying what Roosevelt just said, but way more arrogant and way more dumb and way more immature. Like, I feel like men need women and women need men because that's what we're here for. I opinion only, but I feel like we have roles, not like women should stay at home and cook and clean and men should be out, chopping wood and bringing home the dead animals. No, not that primitive. But I do feel like we just have certain roles that we play, and that's what makes us fit together. It's not necessarily she cooking and cleaning because I'm not one who's gonna cook for you every day, and I make that known. And that has nothing to do with because I'm over 40. It has to do with that's just not my ministry. Like cooking is not my ministry, so it's just not gonna happen. So I can keep us from
yeah,
starving, but like if you're looking for
yeah.
biscuits and steak and gravy, that's not gonna happen. I'm not your girl.
And the funny thing is, that's my department. I cook
Right.
very well.
So see, we
Probably
can we can
better than most.
interchange that.
But it's not nobody's job. It's not
Right.
my job to do that. It's not your job to do that. If you enjoy doing it, then by all means, go for it. If I enjoy doing it, by all means, go for it. I have a friend, him and his wife, their roles are totally opposite. She has the most beautiful lawn that you ever would want to see. They sit on 2 acres and she does it all. And now the opposite side of that coin is you walk in our house and he don't have to ask you to take your shoes off. You're gonna want to take your shoes off because that's how OCD he is. He
Right.
cleans, he cooks, he does it all. He does it all because their shifts are different.
Right.
He's off in the daytime, she's working. So in the evening when she's coming in, her dinner is done. Her house is clean. She'd eat dinner. She'd go do the yard. He would go to work. The thing is, they made it work together. It has nothing to do with you need me for this or I supposed to be this. If you don't need me, then go fuck yourself. I mean,
Right.
really? Where is this coming from? Who gonna
I
hit you from the
appreciate
back?
that
You know,
coming from
I mean,
another man because we did have a conversation with a man who said men, generalizing, men, all men, want a woman that will cook for them. That's just something that men wants. So I appreciate that coming from that different perspective coming from another man. And also,
Well, maybe that's what he wants. He should speak for himself.
this is what
and
I've
not say
always
me.
said to him. You need to speak for yourself. You can't speak for all men. But he, in his words, I have a nut sack, and I can speak on this subject. You can't.
A lot of
Okay.
growing up to do. I say it again. When you hear people talk that way, it's a lot of growing up, and they just hadn't been shitted on right. I mean, once you get shitted on right, maybe you will look at life a little different. And I hope I can say what I'm saying because I don't know if y'all PG or whatever you. I mean, I mean,
Free.
but
Be you.
but what I'm saying is, you think that all men, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying him, thinking that all men. He can't think for me. He can't walk. He can't walk two steps in my shoes, and just like I can't walk two steps in someone else's shoes. That's what I meant by
Well, do you think age plays a part
it does.
in
Believe it or not,
and different opinions on this subject? Because
some
it,
people would never grow up, and some people grow up. You got some people that's in their 50s and still got that little boy mentality. And you know what I think? I think they hadn't been around enough grown men. They all been
I
around their
agree.
boys. And your boys don't know nothing because your boys ain't been around nobody.
yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? And they see who they role model and idolize, and he want to be the nearest hood champ.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He the champ of the hood, and he around him, you know, hitting their mama, his mama, and his mama. Oh, he bad. I got to be like
yeah.
him. You understand what I'm saying? But you're not seeing that he ain't got a pot to piss in when they throw it out. That's why he in the
Right.
project at your mama house.
I-
He's so bad. He living in the project with your mama, and then when he leave that apartment, building D, he run over to building A and live with your boy
I
mama.
agree.
Understand what I'm saying? So you ain't seen no real man. You don't know what a real man are. I mean, what real men are. And you sit back and you try to form an opinion about
Now,
nuts.
I agree. No, I agree with that. I don't think that when we're talking, we should, make a generalization like what we're saying is the case for everybody.
It's not, and it's not.
When I speak on
And it's
this,
not.
I try to preference the fact that, in my opinion, and I'm
Right.
speaking for me,
Right.
because I can't speak for the next woman. Now,
What-
for me, in what Marcus said in his clip, I think that Marcus said exactly what he wanted to say, and I think that Marcus was coming from a place of ego and control, because there was also an episode where he said to his girlfriend that he wasn't depositing any more money in her account, he wasn't paying any bills, and she wasn't getting any dick. So that's coming from a place of control
And the thing
that
is,
I don't deal with.
The thing is, he haven't come to the market on dick. He might have the money, that she wants, but it's a dick. I mean, on every corner.
It
he ain't
is
come to-
on every
and he-
corner, at every 7-Eleven, at every Target.
I mean, all you gotta do is, as a female, is want it. You can get laid. You and your buddy can get laid 20 times before I get laid once, and that's just any given day, because it's up to the woman to decide whether or not she's gonna give it to you. You can
Right.
want, and you can want all day long, but it's up to the woman. It's a control thing, and I always say, when you see somebody a certain way, follow them home, if they got one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I agree. I agree, Sonya. I think he was saying what, and I didn't see that episode of about him saying that to Brooke, but I do know that men use money and that kind of stuff as power. So just when he said that in the episode, he was probably trying to make her do something that he wanted her to do, because I know a
Correct.
friend
He
in
was.
her marriage when she was when she relied on her husband for finances, he would do things like that, like
Mm.
exert his power
Yep.
by
Yep.
telling
Because I
her
got
he
the
was
money.
going
Mm-hmm.
to, cut off the
Because I
credit
got the
card.
money.
She couldn't use it because I have the money, or I'm
All
gonna get rid
controlling.
of your car, or
Yep.
that kind of stuff, so that she
Yep.
would do and act the way that
Like, so basically,
she,
you're being
yeah,
controlled. You're being
right,
financially abused. Basically, you get verbal abuse, physical abuse, financially abused. It's all types of abuse, and basically, that's how they control you through their abuse. They abuse you one way or the other. The problem with that,
And because of that is why I say, I have that saying. Well, I say, well, I don't need a
there
man.
you go.
I want a man, because I refuse to allow myself to be put in a situation where somebody will have that
In
kind of
layman's term, they
control
call
over
that
me.
pimping.
And also in a situation where I'm in something and I can't get out of it because I'm fully dependent on this person. So it's not like I feel like, well, I can take care of my situation. I can take care of me as a person because I've done it. I've been on my own and I've had to be the sole provider and I've had to be the sole protector. I've had to play that role. And I played that role and I feel like I've played that role well. And because I've been there and because I've done that, I feel like I have every right to say,
No,
no,
you
I
don't.
don't need a man. But to follow that up, I most definitely
And there you
100%
go.
want a man.
Just like I
right,
was saying.
yeah,
Basically, you want, but not need. It's a difference. Right now, I want a new car. Do I need a new car? No. My
right.
vehicle is fine. It's a difference in wanting and needing. Now, if my vehicle puts me down, at that point, I'm going to need a new car. I need to get
Yeah.
that one fixed one way or the other.
And I think Cindy has touched on it before, where she said sometimes it is the words that we use. Because sometimes these words can be triggers and it will automatically put us
Right.
on the defensive. And I agree with that. I think that sometimes that can be the case. And for me, a target word for me that will put me on the defensive is
Right.
submissive. Women have to submit, or women should submit
And
to
I
their men. I take offense unless it's followed up with it goes
and I
both
think
My
ways.
that
thing is,
the definition of what we envision submissive to mean. Like, for some people, submissive can be the full on. She does everything he says. She can't go out with her girlfriends unless he, tells her she can, and all these, really strict things. For me, submissive just means that I'm willing to, there are little things that I will submit to doing for him. And in turn, I feel like there are things that he would submit to doing for me. So I agree, it's a both way thing, but I guess I, I don't take it to that extreme. Like, you're not going to have me out here walking behind you 10 steps and all of that kind of stuff. That's not going to happen. And so I feel like being submissive just means that there are, in my mind, like some compromises or some things that I would do, um, just because you are who you are to me. That kind of thing. But that is a trigger word for me. Um, I feel like I'm strong and I'm definitely independent, but I feel like I'm strong and independent because that's that's where I've been placed. That's where I am now. Like,
yeah,
I
life
take
does that.
care of her.
Life,
Exactly.
life
I'm divorced.
as
I'm
as
over
far as that,
40,
as far
and
for that
yeah, that's where I am.
that trigger word, that word is being used out of context first and foremost. They
Mhm.
these guys probably ain't been to church a day in their life, but they'll all
Mhm.
take a piece or a part from the Bible and they'll try to quote it and throw it in where it fit in, where to help them and help their cause.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? So submit doesn't mean that the woman supposed to bow down and walk, behind you 10 feet or whatever that is. First of all, I like my woman to walk in front of me because I like to watch that ass. However, what I'm saying is that word is for, first and foremost, a married couple. And basically, that word is for as far as an on-blown argument. The man's trying to lead. Sometimes you have to let him fail so you can say, okay, baby, now let's do it like I said. That's part of being married. You know, he all hell fire. I'm the man of this house. I'm the man of this house. Ha, 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 ha. Right? You telling him this is not going to work. However, he's demanding that it is going to work. So basically, they're saying, okay, I'm going to back down on this one and let you have it. That's going to save the argument. Because there's nothing better than watching somebody eat crow and you done told them they was wrong, and then they find out that they are. They got to come back.
Okay, so when you do that, though, is that not us? Is that not us letting you be the provider, protector role? Because even though we know what we said was right,
if anybody been a marriage counselor, right? If anybody been a marriage counselor and you divorced, so you may have went that route. Anyone that been a marriage counselor, a good counselor, will tell you it's going to be the arguments. Okay, it's going to be discussions, and you have to know which fight you want to win, which fight you want to lose, which fight you say, I give her that one, I give him that one. You understand what I'm saying? I'll let him have, because the cost ain't worth it. I mean, it ain't worth going through all of that, because I'm gonna feel so much better when I walk back over here and say I told you so. You know, so a lot of these guys, if they're married, it's a sham. Half of them, this whole video thing he puts on for his boys, you know, and they sit back and they smoke their weed and they laugh and key, and it pisses the women off because they following him and they listening to him, and then they get mad because he's saying little slick triggers like submit and fuck yourself and who gonna hit it from the back, you know, little things like that. Like he's some real thug, you know, and he's nobody. Somebody probably hitting him from the back. I mean, who knows? I mean, because in my mind, you guys are all boys. Ain't none of them tough guys. You know, you'd be surprised. You want to see a monkey dance? Put a camera on them.
Yeah.
And they put on a soft shoe you never seen. Make Sammy Davis Jr. come back alive. They'll dance so good for the camera. You know?
Right.
And basically, I feel like that's what he does. He does that to trigger you guys. He does that to trigger women. You know, you got some guys y'all guys talk to. You know, they feel like he's right, and I got the nut sacks. And you know, some people, you know, right on. They're King Kong outside the household. When they get home to that woman, they Mickey Mouse.
Right.
That's how tough they is. They ain't tough at all. And you got women do the same thing. They get with their girlfriends and they pump them up. Girl, I wouldn't take that. Girl, I wouldn't take that. You ain't heard from him in 2 weeks. You know why you ain't heard from him in 2 weeks? Because he done hit her in the damn eye. And so she hiding that eye. But she ain't left. But she was telling you to leave. She ain't going nowhere. She there with ice on her shit, trying to put makeup on. She ain't told you to leave. I mean, she ain't left. She ain't going nowhere.
Or I get women that who say those things, but really are being submissive, not in a negative way, but being submissive to their husbands. But because we have such a negative, there's a negative connotation with that word, that we don't want our girlfriends to know that, you know, I am submissive. Or going back to your point.
First of all,
no, go ahead.
What goes on in your household should be in your household.
Exactly.
Damn your girlfriend what she think, and you may think that it's submissive, but you may be making peace in your home, making it comfortable for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the arguments. That's maybe an argument you said it ain't even worth fighting. I get them on the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you get the next one, and you know, and it's this thing they call equally yoked, and it doesn't have anything to do with finances. It doesn't have anything to do with I'm stronger or anything of that nature. It has to do with I was telling Sonya, a left hand and a right hand, they're the same, but they're not.
Right.
They go together perfectly, but they're not the same.
Right. And
You
they
know, they
go
both
together perfectly, but they also can work a little by themselves. Like if needed be,
independent.
people can
That's
work
right.
with the one. It's great to have the both and put them together and work together. And that's how I
To
feel
get more
about
done
the right
with two
as
hands.
exactly. That's what I feel about um, the men and women that we work together because again we are overall, not every woman, but overall we're nurturers, women, and then men are protectors and providers. And so
And that's
together
true. I'm
we
protective.
fit.
I'm very protective, and it has nothing to do with whether or not you need me to protect you.
Right, right,
I'm automatically protective. If you and Sonya and I was out somewhere, both of y'all may have a gun in your purse. I mean, I have nothing. But the first time somebody got out of line, I'm gonna be the one to try to put you behind me, get behind me, go ahead on y'all, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cover this thing. I'm
right.
trying to protect this thing. That's
Because
just
that's who you
automatically
are
in me.
naturally. Right. That's who you are.
I don't have to pretend to be a tough guy. I don't have to
Right,
pretend to be hard or mean. You
right.
know, let's go. And if you don't let us go, then maybe I'm gonna break somebody's body parts or something. But other than that, let's go.
Yeah.
And I've quelled the whole situation, and we gone. And that's being protected. You don't have to come out the house with a Uzi and kill everybody now to protect. I'm Scarface, come on. It doesn't have to be all that.
And I agree with that. And if you know, I said before that I've been in that place where I've had to be the provider and the protector of myself, and I've played that role. But if we were in that same situation and I knew I did have something in my purse and you took the initiative to say, "Hey, get behind me. I'm going to take care of this." I'm going to let you do that. Because again, that is your natural role. I think I have a problem when people try to diminish the woman and say what she can't do or what she should
Right.
not do. Because we all know that sometimes we do have to play that role. But naturally speaking, if I get in a situation and I'm with my guy or a guy, I'm definitely going to let them take the lead in squashing that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I again, like when he was saying that the wife had a beautiful lawn and um, the husband kept the house clean. I think as long as it can fit, um, I do get. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about the strong black woman thing because I feel like I'm a
it,
strong woman,
it,
but I think that
it's
we're the
hard not to
only one.
find a strong black woman.
Well, but you know what? I think we not only do we put that on ourselves, but other people put that on us, and we're the only ones who out here having to be strong, whatever. Because you don't hear any Asians professing to be strong Asian women or strong Hispanic or Puerto Rican or Dominican. You don't
Yeah,
hear
they
any
put
of
they put
that.
angry black women on you too, though. They put
Right.
angry black
And
women on
it's
you too.
always
You know,
stuff put
they, they,
on
they, they do
us.
that because you stand up for yourself. You know, because you stand up for yourself. Basically, I would tell my daughters, I have two, stand up for yourself. No matter what, don't take nothing. Don't
Right.
don't 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 take nothing. When I mean don't take nothing, I mean don't be in a position where some punk can say he ain't gonna give you no money or he ain't gonna give you no dick. Come on, really? He ain't gonna give you no dick. I mean, really, dude? All this dick out here ain't gonna give you no dick. You ought to be running to give us some dick. Because believe
Right.
me, I mean, I mean, so my youngest daughter, I ain't gotta tell her nothing because she's about it. I mean, she's uncontrollable. Now my oldest daughter, she's real calm. My oldest daughter, she's laid back. But I believe my youngest daughter got her back, so she probably whooped it. You know what I'm saying? My youngest daughter, I don't know where that one come from. I don't. Uh, but But I teach them to have some respect for yourself and make others respect you. You know,
Right.
same thing with, I have a 16-year-old and I make him be a man. Basically, you ain't, first of all, drooping your pants. I don't give a damn what style it is or what fad it is. You understand? So that don't work with me. Period. You know, you do it when I'm not around. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But it seems to come to pass. I catch him. You know, his mama caught him in the mall with his pants hanging, slapped him in the back so hard I think he pissed on himself. but you know what I'm saying? So, what's the embarrassment? You get caught with your pants down and you get the hell knocked out you, I'd rather have them up than, for my parents to catch me and embarrass me in front of all my friends.
Right.
So, but it's all in how you're being raised. And like I said, you got people making these type of opinions. Just follow them home. I mean, if they have a home. And you'll see where it stems from. Black women, yes. All I want is a black woman. I guess I'm prejudiced that way. I don't want no white woman. I've had been
That's
approached.
okay. We're not mad about that.
If I had a dollar for every time they approach me, I could pay a car note.
We're not mad about that.
That's just not everybody have their preference.
Right.
Some people.
Yeah.
I got a friend. If you're under 400 pounds, he don't want to talk to you. Period.
Wow.
He don't want you. He don't want you if you're under 400 pounds, and that's just how he is. And he's probably 135, 40 pounds himself, but he don't want no little woman. Everybody has their own preference.
That's true. That's true.
So
So tell me this: if you think about your friends, and guys that you hang out with, where do you think they fall on this real men want independent women?
you got some,
Debate.
some, and I ain't calling them friends. You have to be real good for me to call your friends. It's people I know, because that's how they treat me. A lot of times I'm their friends when they're really not mine.
That's another
But
subject.
I know, yeah, I know guys. They're worse than women. They bitches. I mean, I ain't gonna even say Mitch. I'm saying bitches because they want a woman to buy them and take care of them. And, buy them outfits and shoes and you know what I'm saying. Pay a car note, put some chrome on my shit. They got women doing this shit for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, well, damn.
So some who are actually okay with the woman playing that role.
They don't
And
want her
then
if she
them
ain't taking
being
care of
on
them. If
the
she ain't
other
got the
end.
money to take care of them, they don't want her. They don't want her.
Okay, and what age group is this?
Shit. 60 and under?
Yeah. I mean, it's
You
men
think
out
it's
there.
little boys? These grown ass, old ass men want women to buy them and take care of them like their little boy. You went to the mall, what you get me? Like a little woman. Like a little boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And these guys I know. And Sonya, I think you know a couple of them.
That's
Don't tell
really
me no
sad though. That's really sad because I don't want anybody I have to take care of.
Then you got some guys. They
No.
talk to the women so harsh, so mean.
Oh, I'm not dealing with that
And
either.
you're doing it in front of people. I mean, and she's trapped because she's there taking it. Obviously, she don't want to leave because she don't want to surrender the big pretty house. Fuck a house. You know what I'm saying? You got some people don't want to leave because they don't want to surrender. They want to surrender material things.
Right.
So they take the abuse. They take the I ain't gonna give you no money. I ain't gonna give you no. I know Big Thing gave me a headache. I think it did. I think I'm stuck on that one. There. I ain't gonna give you no dick. Really, dude? She got to be looking really bad, smelling really bad, and got a forehead tattoo say I got AIDS, and it's still gonna be somebody gonna try to get on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where he think he punishing her, or how he think he's punishing her. I don't. I can't see it. I don't know. Where to get off on that one. It's all new to me. Every day I'm learning. I am.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
every
was
day
going
we're
to say
all
we
learning.
all are learning. I learn something every day from um, young people that I work with, just how they think versus how it reminds me of how I thought when I was that age versus how I think now. And
Yeah.
it's a it's a big difference. Also, what I'm willing to put up with then versus now. After you've had
Tolerance is a
some.
lot shorter now, isn't it?
Yes, the list is a lot
Yes,
shorter.
it is.
Just like you said, when life has shitted on you once or twice, then you're like, okay,
You
well,
start shitting back.
yes,
You
yes,
know what time it is then, don't you? You know when the turd is coming. Get out the way.
yes.
Cause
So
you ain't gonna let it ain't finna let it happen no more.
I think that's I think that all the life plays a big role in what you think about being independent and strong, and what we as women are willing to put up with, and what men are willing to put up with, or what they're looking for. Because I think, in just opinion from talking to some guys, that men over a certain age are usually um, dealing with women who, especially if you're meeting somebody new at this age. Well, if you get me now, I've already had a marriage and divorce, and I have grown children, and so I'm in a different headspace. So yeah, I can take care of my own self. I don't need you for that. Would it be great if you came in and picked up a bill or two, or wanted to pick it up?
Yes, because you guys are going to compliment each other.
Right. I'm not asking you to. I wouldn't ask you to, but if you came in and did that, I'm not going to turn you down. Like, I'm not going to fight you for that. And for the same difference, if we, combined households or whatever, I'm assuming you're going to expect me to do some things that you've already been doing for yourself if you're, on your own. Like, maybe washing a load of clothes or two, or, you know, cooking some instant rice and a bag of vegetables, or like that. Like, I'm sure you're gonna expect the same things, but I don't think that that's a bad thing. That doesn't mean that I'm too independent. Just because I'm doing it for myself now doesn't mean I'm too independent to let somebody come in and share some of this with me. And it doesn't have to be finances, because I think we always think when we talk about independent woman that means she don't need you because she can pay her own bills. No, I don't think that's the whole, like, that's not the whole thing why I would want a man in my life, is just to come in and scoop up the bills. Like, it's way more, it's way more than that. It's way more than sex, so, because like you said, I can walk out the door and go to 7-Eleven and come back. So that's that's not, that's not the whole thing. So yeah,
No, it's not even a little bit.
yeah,
And people need to know that it's not about that. Some people say sex is overrated. Sex is underrated. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't controlling me. It's not the controller of me. It does not end all. If you
right,
understand what I'm saying. And a lot of people use that as the period and the dot in their life, and that's why they being controlled that way. That's why so many people, put it first. That's why they go out half naked. They wanna flaunt what they got, and it just don't work as far as I'm concerned. When you get older, having older parents and listen to how they talk now. My parents been married over 65 years, 66 years is exact. And, what hurt my feelings is when I walked in the house and called them one day. What the hell you old people trying to do? You know what I'm saying? But,
What?
but the thing is, they have this bond that's beyond that, because I know it ain't nothing like it when they started out. You
right,
know?
right,
So it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
It got to
Yeah.
be a lot more going on in life than that. You know, my mother comes from money. My father comes from the project. So what are you saying? So now, what we do? What do we say in the case of that?
Right.
You know, she should have never spoke to him
Mm.
because her parents had money, so she should have never spoke to him.
Definitely not. But funny you should bring that up. I was at brunch and I was talking to a lady and we were talking about online dating or whatever. And she said that, and these were her words, she said that she was having trouble finding, no, that she was getting a lot of um, um, hits from low class black men who didn't have any degrees or were blue collar. And so it was so uncomfortable at the table because my thought was, how do you, like, just because he has a so called blue collar job doesn't mean he's not making great money or doesn't have, like,
Listen,
I know
I have
somebody
another friend.
who's a
I
plumber
have another
who
friend
makes good
does
money.
not have a high school diploma, and I guarantee you he made 500,000 last year.
Yes, it happens.
Okay, so what are you saying? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And, I have a couple of doctors in my family, and I have to remind them all the time. You got over here on a set of tires, and that person that put those tires on that car may not have a high school diploma or a college degree, but if he didn't put those tires on your car, where the hell would you be? Can you get out there and do it? Can you do it?
Exactly.
You know, if it stops running, first of all, the guy in the tow truck, he ain't got no college degree. How your car gonna get to the shop? Then when you get to the shop, this guy may not have a college degree. However, he may have trade school.
Yes.
Okay, how is this gonna get fixed? You just throw some money in this and magically it appears?
Right.
No.
Right.
That's not how life works. Everybody has their role in life, and then you'd be happy in it. If she's not going to be good for anybody. I mean, and she would be the one that the man can talk to any kind of way because he has a doctorate. It's hard to come. It's hard to come by. It's hard to come by a doctor. So if he put his foot in my ass a few times a week, it's okay because he's a doctor.
And
You
that's what
understand
I was
I'm saying?
thinking. Like, does that make a man
You know?
a good man because he has a degree? Like, I know a lot of men.
Let me explain something.
who
I
not
have
worth
a friend
anyway.
that's a chameleon. I have a friend that's a chameleon, and that's what me and my brother call him. We call him a chameleon because he can change to whatever the woman says she's looking for. And
Yeah.
and you know, and I asked my brother, Charles, do they want to be lied to? I mean, seems like they like you better when you lie to them. I mean, it's not that they want to be lied to. They just want to believe into what he's saying because that's what they're looking for so hard. And I thought about it. Yeah. You know,
And I was really disappointed in her conversation.
Yeah, but I agree with what Roosevelt said. There's a place for everybody. Everybody is not going to have that master's or that doctorate. There will be some that don't even have a high school diploma, or they do at least have a high school diploma, but that doesn't make them any less than the next person because what they're doing is still needed in order for us to get through this world. I mean, it's all needed.
Absolutely. I tell you, it was extremely uncomfortable
I
because
can
my
imagine.
thought
I
was,
can imagine.
So did anybody call her out on
I have a
that?
friend.
no, it was just hard to, because she was going on about one guy, he had an associates and it was just really, I was sitting here like, okay, I don't,
And nobody said anything?
you know what, what we did was change the subject because I don't know her that well. Like, I know her from a group that I'm in or whatever, but I didn't feel like I just didn't want to get to that, so I just started talking to someone else at the table. Me and her just started talking because I felt like I was gonna say too much.
Yeah.
I know sometimes I get
A,
heated
a
about
lot of
about a
times you don't even
conversation.
know who you're around when you're running your mouth. You don't know who you're around.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
older sister passed, and a friend of mine brought his new wife. She didn't know any of my friends or any of my family, and she was an elementary teacher, but she just thought she was the SHIT, and she was going on and on and on
Mhm.
and on and on and on. Sitting at the table with four educators from two different colleges, but she didn't know that because
Mhm.
she's just thinking everybody's beneath her. You have to think sometimes before you open your mouth. Basically,
Yeah.
you know, um, I had one that was she's at your alma mater, Sonya. As a matter of fact, she's over the math department. You know,
Hmm.
has her doctorate. You know, had two from over at FAMU. You know that's doctors uh, teaching pharmacy. I mean, I mean, what I'm saying to you is, you thinking you all of that, and you hadn't even got to even understand your surroundings. That's how dumb you are. You're searching so hard you can't
Yeah.
see the forest for the trees.
Exactly, and that's what, and so somebody said, she said, the finger quote quality men won't even approach her. And one of the ladies said, I don't mean any harm. She said, but maybe it's because, you feel that way, and she said maybe because men are, not intimidated, but just feel some kind of way approaching you if they know that you feel like that. Like, to me, I, I'm not looking at how many degrees you have and what you do for a living or whatever. I want to know, can you take at this point in life? Can you take care of yourself? Can you pay your own bills
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff?
exactly,
And how will you
exactly.
treat me as a person?
Eh,
That's what I want to know.
and that's the main goal. I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need you to buy me nothing, not even a hamburger. I don't need you for that.
Right.
You
I
know,
need you to treat me good
companionship is all.
and be my companion.
Good
Right.
companionship.
Exactly.
Good companionship is all I need. I got the bills covered. You understand what I'm saying? I got this on this end. You know,
Oh yeah, companionship is very,
that's all it's
very
about.
important.
That's all it's about right now. I mean,
Oh,
as
it
far as I'm
really
concerned,
is.
I've been married. I've been shitted on twice. You know, shit. I got.
No, companionship is key, and I think a lot of people miss out because they don't put as much emphasis on companionship as they should. But I want to thank Roosevelt for coming on and sharing with us today. And I know we have to get out of here because you have another commitment that you have to get to. But we do want to thank you for coming on and giving us your viewpoint on the independent woman and what men really want. We really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Roosevelt.
Y'all call me anytime. This was good, but you know, tell everybody it's just my opinion. You know what they say about opinions, right? Everybody got one.
Of course, we all have them.
We do.
I'm sure we're going to be reaching out to you again because this was some good talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
If you would like to share your comments or let us know what you think about the episode, please email us at whawelikeinc@gmail.com.
You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at What We Like.
Make sure that you guys are doing what you like this week.
Because we'll definitely be doing what we like. Bye.
Bye.